Okay, so in the movie Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby, who's played by Will Ferrell, he's told from a young age that from his dad, he's given the miserable advice, and he tells him that if you ain't first, you're last, right? And so from a young age, Ricky Bobby buys into this, and it kind of shapes the rest of his life, right? He lives in this black and white world where he's got to win at all costs. And along the way, he creates a lot of enemies and it gets him into a lot of trouble. It leads to a point where, because he has to win, he takes a big risk during a race, a NASCAR race, if you haven't seen the movie. And it leads to a horrible accident where it ends up making him afraid to do what he loves to do. And so it leads to this horrible thing. And if you haven't seen the movie, it's a one of those stupid funny movies. And but anyway, the reason why I bring up that quote is because it does. I want to relate this to strength training. And as you get further and further into strength training and get more confident, you get more comfortable, and you get more consistent, you're going to start to really love those days where you feel strong. You're going to start to make progress, and progress becomes addictive, and you want that feeling all the time. But the unfortunate reality about strength training is that you're not always going to feel great all the time. In fact, I would argue that actually most of the time you're going to feel average at best. And a lot of the time you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel mentally like you want to do it. You're not going to feel physically strong. You're not going to feel the energy. You're just really not going to feel like doing it. And so I want to prepare you for that, because those days where you just feel great and energized and strong are few and far between. And so I think it's best to be mentally prepared for this going in, to know that, you know what, even if I don't feel great, I have to do this anyway. So having that black and white mindset, or that expectation on yourself that you have to feel great, that if you're not strong and you don't have the best workout every single time, you're ultimately setting yourself up for failure, honestly. And you're making it harder on yourself than you really need to, mentally and emotionally, right? Because if you go into the workout and let's say you don't feel as strong, but you go through a full workout, you're taking care of yourself, you're doing all these great things for your health, but you get to the end of the session, you realize, oh man, I didn't lift as much weight, or I just didn't do as well as I thought I would. You think that you're a failure when ultimately you've done what you needed to do, which is take care of yourself. You're making time for yourself, you're keeping your habits consistent, and you're still working on your strength training. So even if you're not lifting the heaviest weights, you can still get better by working on your form. You can move faster through the movements. You can lighten the weight and slower the tempo. There's a lot of different things that you can work on during the session when you don't feel well and still be productive. So I wanted to kind of get you on the same page with this and use a funny movie quote to grab your attention with it. I'm a big movie nerd, so odds are you'll probably see more movie quotes and things like that in future videos. But I hope this makes sense. If you guys have any questions, if you need anything, as always, reach out to any one of us over at the gym. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great day, and we can't wait to see you over there soon.